Jungkook is ready to perform at NYFW with Calvin Klein. Jimin gives a surprising message. New York is once again preparing to welcome one of the biggest fashion events in the world, New York Fashion Week, NYFW. But this year, the spotlight is not only on top fashion houses or the latest designs of famous designers, except for the presence of Jungkook, a BTS member who is now increasingly dominating the international stage as a global icon. As Calvin Klein's brand ambassador, Jungkook is confirmed to appear in the upcoming NYFW main event. His presence has been awaited not only by the ARMY, but also by the fashion lovers of the world who want to see how this golden magnate displays its charismatic side in Calvin Klein clothing. Surprisingly, in the midst of this big news, Jimin suddenly appeared, giving a message that made the fans speechless. In a brief interview in Korea, Jimin was asked about Jungkook's preparations for NYFW. With his trademark gentle smile, Jimin simply said, "I hope he doesn't just look cool on stage, but also feel confident in himself. The world already knows he's perfect, but I just want him to be happy." This simple remark immediately made the ARMY excited. Many considered Jimin's message not just an ordinary support, but a very touching personal reminder. Jimin seems to want Jungkook not to be burdened by the big expectations of the world, but to enjoy the process with a calm heart. The ARMY's reaction on social media was incredible. Hashtags like #JungkookNYFW, #JiminForJungkook, and #CalvinKleinJK topped global trending topics in just a few hours. Many fans wrote that this moment of support again proved how close the relationship between the two is, even amid busy schedules and the pressures of an international career. In addition, a number of fashion analysts predict Jungkook's presence at NYFW will be one of the most iconic moments of the year. She is not just a K-pop idol, but a representation of a global culture that unites music, fashion, and the identity of the younger generation. Jimin's presence in the conversation was also considered an emotional factor that added value to this news. Now, fans are looking forward to two big things at once: Jungkook's spectacular performance with Calvin Klein on the NYFW stage, as well as whether Jimin will provide further support directly, either through special messages or even be present secretly in New York. After Jimin's surprisingly meaningful statement, the ARMY began flooding social media with new speculations. Will Jimin secretly fly to New York to support Jungkook in person? Some fans have started to associate Jimin's agenda lately, which looks low profile. He has rarely appeared in public in recent days, not even being involved much in official events. This sparked rumors that he was preparing for a trip abroad. More suspiciously, some fans claim to have seen HYB's staff at Incheon Airport the night before. Makes many people wonder if it is related to Jimin's departure. Meanwhile, netizens on Korean forums are debating this possibility. Some felt Jimin would remain in Korea given his busy musical preparations, but others firmly believe that he will not miss his best friend's big moment on the world stage. ARMY even began to imagine the iconic moment in which Jungkook walked the Calvin Klein runway. Jimin watched from the front row with a proud smile. Jimin's presence in New York, if it really happens, will not only trigger an international media furor, but it also became a symbol of BTS solidarity amid their individual times. Jungkook, who is known to often look fragile in the face of great pressure, will get extra energy if he knows Jimin is there to support him. Not a few fans also theorized that Jimin's warm words yesterday were actually a code that indicated he would accompany Jungkook. "I just want her to be happy" becomes a sentence that is seen as deeper than just a casual message, but it signals that Jimin will try to ensure that happiness directly. On Twitter, the international fan base began to create new hashtags such as #JiminInNYC and #JungkookAtNYFW. Imagine how historic it would be if the two BTS members appeared together on one of the most prestigious fashion stages in the world. In fact, some fans compared the possibility of the moment to the iconic looks of other international celebrity couples who have made a splash in the fashion world. If Jimin is indeed present, ARMY believes the camera spotlight will not only be on Jungkook, who walked gallantly on the Calvin Klein runway, but it's also on small interactions, whether it's a stare, a smile, or a quick hug, that can make the moment instantly viral. Now, all eyes are on international flight schedules and Calvin Klein's official guest list to confirm the veracity of these rumors. However, as usual, both HYB and Calvin Klein chose to remain silent, making this mystery even more burning with curiosity since the news of Jungkook's involvement on the Calvin Klein runway was announced. Various international media immediately made headlines. Jungkook is touted as a global star with unmatched duality, someone who is able to shine as a K-pop idol and at the same time look elegant on the world's fashion stage. However, speculation about Jimin's possible presence made this news even bigger. Several well-known fashion portals such as Vogue, GQ, to Harper's Bazaar began to allude to these rumors. They wrote that Jimin's endorsement will make Jungkook's moment at NYFW one of the most historic events in the confluence of the worlds of music and fashion. The articles highlight how Jimin, with his stylish aura and charisma, has no less appeal on the global fashion stage. Meanwhile, American entertainment media such as E! News and Billboard also commented. They see the possibility of Jimin appearing in the VIP lineup as more than just personal support, but also BTS's branding strategy that increasingly dominates the fashion sector. Jungkook's collaboration with Calvin Klein is already stealing the spotlight, but if Jimin is present, then the spotlight can be doubled. Not stopping there, the South Korean media also highlighted this speculation. Korean netizens commented on the online community that it's impossible for Jimin to just stay at home when his best friend performs in New York. Some even mentioned that if the two were seen together, it would be a clear proof that BTS's friendship and bond remains solid despite each being busy with individual agendas. More interestingly, some fashion journalists began to attribute these rumors to the new era of BTS. They write that Jimin's presence on the Calvin Klein runway, albeit only as a spectator, it will signal how the group is now moving as a brand powerhouse, not just in the music industry, but also global fashion. Soon, this speculation spread to cyberspace. The hashtags #JungkookitNIF and #JiminInNYC are trending on Twitter/X globally. Armies from various countries flooded the timeline with fan art, edit videos, and memes that imagine Jungkook and Jimin's interactions in New York. There is even a scene where Jimin stands in front row in an all-black outfit, staring at Jungkook walking down the runway proudly. On the other hand, fashion influencers on TikTok and Instagram are starting to create predictive content. What outfit might Jimin wear if he were really present at the event? Some mentioned the possibility that he would use a different brand to emphasize his personal style, while others argue he will wear Calvin Klein as a form of full support. The international media further heated the situation with provocative article titles such as "Will Jimin surprise Jungkook at NYFW? The runway moment the world wants to see, Jimin and Jungkook together." All this makes the enthusiasm of the ARMY even more inflated, even before the official event begins. The news that Jungkook is ready to appear on the big stage of New York Fashion Week with Calvin Klein has clearly become a historic moment in itself. However, speculation of Jimin's presence in the middle of the spotlight made the atmosphere even more thrilling. For ARMY, it is not only fashion that takes center stage, but also the bonds of friendship that are always maintained between the two. Is it true that Jimin will come and give Jungkook a surprise? Or will it all just be a sweet rumor that adorns the imagination of fans? Clearly, whatever the outcome, ARMY's love and support keep pouring in, proving that BTS's charm isn't just limited to the music scene, but it also touched the fashion world and the hearts of its fans around the world.